So, let me tell you a little story about life. And I spent a lot of time thinking about humanity, about the world, about who we are, what we're about, what this entire experience of living is really about. And let me liken this to, a story about sheep. So let's say there are these sheep who exist somehow on the world, on Earth, and they have this field. And the sheep quite happily go into the field and, they eat their grass and they have all this leisure time and they do sheep things. It's a sheep playground and have all this sheep fun. And, the days go by and they have a nice life. And then one day there's this one sheep who sits around and looks and starts thinking. And this one sheep goes, what would happen if rather than just going out and getting the grass that I need every day, I stored some. So I kept some. I kept some for myself. And this sheep went and it started spending more of its leisure time and it started collecting and stockpiling the grass. And slowly its stockpile got bigger and bigger. And as that happened, the field, of course, got a little bit more depleted every day, a little bit more. And so the other sheep now didn't have enough for themselves because this one sheep was going out and stockpiling the grass that they needed. And so they went to that one sheep and they said, look, we need some grass. And the sheep was very clever because it goes, well, this is all mine. This is all my grass and I got it from this land, which is mine. So what I want you to do is, why don't you go out and find new grass and bring that to me, and then I'll give you some. In return, you can stay here. You can stay on this land. And so these other sheep started toiling. They started going out, searching, looking for more, getting more and more and more, bringing it back, stockpiling for the sheep, and the sheep would in return give them some grass and let them stay. And so what's happened is now a sort of a system has started forming. We now have this sort of sheep life going on where there's one sheep king or sheep queen controlling the lives of the others, setting the agenda for the purpose of the lives of the other sheep. Whereas before there was plenty for everyone and they could be quite happy, these other sheep were now having to start to toil for their existence. Now, over time, what happens is, so sheep die off and new sheep are born. And this sort of sheep system has been set up. And we have now sheep educators. As new lambs are born, the new lambs are educated about what life is about. This is the purpose of life. You need to go out and toil and find new grass, bring it here so that you can get your share. And in return, you can kind of live here. You can kind of have this existence. And then there's the one sheep who wants a bit more land than the others to live. And it goes and it toils harder and it works harder. And this sort of competition sets up between this is my allotted land and it's becoming more and more expensive. I have to buy more grass for it. I have to go and find more. I have to work more and bring more grass. And this one sheep, the hierarchy, the monarch, is getting richer and richer, stockpiling more and more and gaining more and more control over the land. And the system has set up. And the system works because someone's in charge and setting the agenda for the lives of everyone else. And everyone else needs to accept, every sheep needs to accept that this is what their life purpose is. This is what their life is about. And if you look at any collection of living things that coexists, that works together, that has a common purpose, you'll see this in operation. Now you'll see this, for instance, with ants. Ants are a great example of a society that works so well together, such a powerful society that works so well together. And humans, of course, a society that works really well together. But you see, the thing here is, just like those sheep, humans have exchanged something to be in this system. The sheep gave up the pasture, they gave up the freedom, they gave up this kind of free and easy, lovely life, this existence of fun, of play, in order to fit into the system where they had a purpose and they now had to sweat and toil. In the same way, we've done it as humans. We've given away our freedom, essentially. We've given away our authority in order to sweat and toil, to work for something, to work towards our indebtedness, because debt has been created. So now we have to work to pay off the debt in order to own our home. Then we want a bigger home. Then we go more into debt and we want a car, a new car, this, that, and the other. We want to buy these new things. And we keep feeding the system. And I'm not saying the system is wrong. I'm not going off on a tangent here. But what I'm saying is that really the purpose of life? Is that really the purpose of your life? I think to some extent, yes. We are part of the system, we are part of the society, and we need to do our bit. But is that all? You see, what we've done is we've kind of thrown away everything else and gone, this is the only thing that is important in life. And I'm always getting there. You know, I'm in school, I'm trained, I'm educated, I go to university, I'm trained to be a productive member of the society, and I start working in a career or working in a business, working a job, getting here, getting there, and you know, all the while I'm moving towards something. Then I get to sort of my 40s, my 45s, and I'm sort of moderately successful. Then I get a bigger house, I've got children, I need to put them through university, get them educated, and I'm almost moving towards this. And I'm in my 50s, my late 50s are coming, and I'm sort of moving towards it. So thinking that this is my golden age, I'm going to retire, I'm kind of going to have a little bit of a stockpile for myself to enjoy. And I kind of get there, and then, you know, it's done. Is that what it's all about? And that's my question here. Are we really just sheep? Because we can follow the herd, or we can take one moment and stand to the side, look at it, watch this thing play out, notice the origin of it, how it's playing out, what the mechanism of it is that keeps us doing what we're doing, and sit back for a moment and say, is this what I want my life to be about? And that's what I call an awakening for someone to start to question right at a deep level, at the core, to start to question whether this is what they want out of life. And if it is, it's fine, it's cool. And if it's not, what then? What happens if that, what you're being sold, what you're being told your life is about, what happens when that is not enough? I'll leave you with that for now. Thanks for watching.